He's got all those people and the media who want to see him lose. Bobby, listening online in Los Angeles. Bobby.
Hey, Brian, it's me, the greatest caller in the history of radio.
It must be that, Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Yes, thank you. Actually, I was going to call you something else, but since you just mentioned the media, I got to ask you about that now. You still believe, after all these years into conspiracy, that most of the media has a liberal bias. So I'm curious about something. When someone says most of the media has a liberal bias, is that a fact or an opinion?
What do you think? Do you not detect that?
No.
Do you know that people introduce guesses? Well, the media is considered to the left. That is a fact. I challenge anybody to watch the Sunday shows now that we're in the general election and think to yourself, wait a second, this is pretty even.
I'm open to it. Okay, so if you say it's a fact, when it comes to most of the media having a liberal bias, most, I'm not saying all, but most, can you point to the study that says most of the media has a liberal bias?
Offhand, no. I did this thing called covering it, watching it, analyzing it, seeing how it goes down, watching these candidates, seeing the issues. Did you hear the previous caller?
Yeah, but you're selectively picking
Bobby, did you hear the previous caller? That is the best example yet. Do I need to see a pie chart or a bar graph? That is the best example yet. You have an attorney general doing something inexcusable, and they reverse themselves, and it's not even a story. You have Hillary. You have a movie coming out on Hillary Clinton's possible corruption. I'm not even going to say definite between the Clinton Foundation and what some of her actions were as Secretary of State. And that's not even an investigation because it would have helped Bernie Sanders.
So when you label the media, you agree that the media is made up of movies?
Bobby, what is your point? What is your point? Is your perspective that everything's fair and balanced and that people are going on a storyline?
No, of course not.
So what do you think? What are you getting at? Instead of asking me a study that is going to enthrall you, tell me what your point is because I got to go to break.
Oh, well, what my point is this. When you judge the media, you don't selectively pick and choose parts. Some parts are liberally biased, some parts are conservatively biased. But when you go by the overall picture, it's not a monolith. It's a very broad term. You cannot just believe in a conspiracy that it's all liberally biased.
Am I saying a conspiracy? Am I gonna say conspiracy? When Barack Obama opens up his Washington Correspondents' Dinner and says it's good to be in front of my base again, and everyone laughs, that's the wink and a nod that makes me think I don't need the Media Research Council. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the probing questions, and I know, especially coming from Los Angeles, where absolutely nobody will vote for Donald Trump. Except for John Voight, if he lives there. I understand where you're coming from. But just watch it. If you're aware of it and you see it, candidates shouldn't use it as an excuse. They should adjust to it. 1-866-408-7669. Another call. Paul in Boston. Hey, Paul.